Halo semuanya, kembali lagi bersama saya Ronald Riza di channel Omega YHWH. Kali ini kita akan bermain Genshin Impact kembali ya guys ya. Para pemain free to play, selamat datang, welcome, eh, selamat menyaksikan streaming pada hari ini. Kita akan bermain Yelan dulu ya guys ya. Nah, di sini misi utama kita adalah mengumpulkan ini, mengumpulkan fat. Ini baru kekumpul satu ya guys ya. Kita perlu mencari 4 lagi. Kita akan menggunakan low Fity dengan jurus rahasia. Maaf teman-teman. Oke, kita sekarang cek misi dulu. Di manakah kita? Oke, kita akan kumpulkan. Kita akan kumpulkan Primo sebanyak mungkin. Kita selesaikan misi-misi apa saja yang bisa diselesaikan ya guys ya. Ambil, ambil, ambil. Kita persiapan dulu membuat, waduh, cilinya ini sih, nanti bikin ini deh. Kita lihat persediaannya dulu ya guys ya. Kita perlu apa? Di sini defense masih banyak, def attack masih banyak. Oke, masih banyak. Begitu masak-masaknya nanti aja. Kita selesaikan misi dulu ya guys ya. Pokoknya kalau bisa dapat 5 udah ya. Temukan 2 bird egg. Mana di atas kah? Oke, cepat sebelum jatuh. Iya.
I got a new letter from an informant. Looks like the situation has changed again.
Loh. Ada apa ini?
The academia? It's the academia. What happened this time?
Kok tiba-tiba error?
Did you hear what happened? It's the academia.
The academia? Ugh, what happened this time?
Cek. Sudah oke kah?
Take it easy.
Ya udah, sip. Kita selesaikan misi-misi santai. Kita sambil bermain santai saja ya guys ya. Kali ini kita bermain nggak lama ya, paling mentok 1 jam, 1 jaman lah. Ya kira-kira. Pokoknya setelah dapat 5 vet kita langsung gacha ya guys ya. Kita adalah pasukan free to play. Kita bermain gratis, tapi rasa sultan ya guys ya. Nanti kita gacha-gacha ya.
Take it easy.
Kita gacha-gacha ya guys ya. Jebret, hop, 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 hop,
Quiet.
hop. Buah.
And shroud. Motion to impel.
Ada lagi ya. Jebret.
Can't see.
Jebret. Wah, wah, wah.
One with the force. Let's nip that in the bud.
Boom boom.
Jebret. Mana nih? Kita incar yang paling gede. Jebret. Jebret.
Take it easy.
Can't see? I'll uproot you!
Jebret. Malah masak. Mana lagi nih? Sayonara, sayonara, sampai berjumpa lagi. Sayonara, sayonara. Apa nih? Jebret.
Busted.
One with the force.
Jebret.
Let's nip that in the bud.
Motion to
Jebret.
impel.
Jebret.
No, my sword. Ring cutter. Quietly now.
Selesai ya? ambil. Quest kita lumayan. Ini satu, ini bentar. All item Gamia. Nanti dulu deh. Itu dulu. Kita cek dulu resin. Kita bikin resin dulu deh kalau gitu. Kita bikin resin dulu, guys. Bikin resin 1. Upgrade senjata dulu level perlu 5. Berapa nih biaya? 20. Upgrade senjata. Kita kasih mamamnya yang ini aja pakai. Ini pakai. Oke. Musuhnya apa? Wire.
Incinerate! Chia! Ha! Ta- Ha! Sia!
And shroud! I hear everything!
Breath of the flame! Ta- Ha! Chia! Ta- Motion to compel! Ha! Ta- Chia! Ta- Chia!
Waduh.
Can't see? I'll uproot you!
Busted! Cha! Incinerate! Ha! Ta- ta- Chia! Ha! Ha! Chia! Ha! Ha! Ta- ta-
And shroud!
Boom boom! Chia!
Keep up. Let's nip that in the bud.
Chia! Chia! Ta- Chia! Ta- Ha!
Ayo cepet.
Chia! Ta-
Nah, mantap. Kalau dijebret langsung dapat 5, mantap. Bisa upgrade langsung. Ini mau anunya ini apa? Mau naikin energi recharge saya. Loh, kok energinya nggak nambah? Nah, naik. Oh, ini bisa nggak beli Stardust? Aduh, kurang. Udah kita cari.
Don't be afraid to make mistakes.
Adanya berapa tadi? 2. Perlu berapa?
Keep up.
6, 7. Perlu 7. Ini kemana lagi?
Quietly now.
Kayaknya ada banyak deh.
Easy money. Take it easy.
Iya, kayaknya ada banyak nih. Coba deh kita cek. Tadi perlunya berapa sih? Kita aja. Nah kan, astaga. Tinggal kita upgrade lagi. Supaya energinya nambah. 50 lumayan, kita coba cek. Wah, mantap. Ini nggak baru nih. Ini butuh 4. Nanti dulu. Kita fokus cari Fity. Berapa udah ngumpul? Oke, kita coba cari dari misi. Kita kumpulkan. So, kita fokus ke tujuan utama kita, Fity. Kita pakai 5 aja ya guys ya. kita cukup nyari 5. Udah dapat 1 primo efeknya, udah dapat 1, tinggal nyari 4 lagi. Terus kita gacha ya, kita akan gacha dengan jurus rahasia. Semoga dari quest-quest ini bisa dapat primo. Ayo, quest apa lagi? Ini sih ada dapat nih. Ini enggak ada primonya, ini enggak ada. Udahlah, kita gas aja dulu lah. Siapa tahu nanti dapat.
Take it easy.
Do adventurers often go to places like?
So this is where
Yes. When I saw her in my, I'd tell her about. She would also. It feels like no.
sometimes this is the part that I'm very familiar with dreams, and normally they lack. But you said she could.
That's right. She always listened to me carefully, and she always
Whoa. However, for example, another example, but the appearance.
I don't understand it either. But I have no reason to suspect or reject these dreams. They're too beautiful.
But let's go.
Ke atas. Tidak ada ke jalan yang lebih sederhana.
Well, he really wasn't kidding. This place definitely isn't safe. No matter. We'll just finish them quickly.
Ayo kita bereskan mereka dan
Are you
cepat.
going to fight too, Nahida? Of course.
Gotcha. Incinerate!
I hear everything. Can't see? Yeah. Oh, one thing after another.
Motion to compel.
Welcome yang baru datang, selamat bergabung, selamat menyaksikan live streaming free to play Hello Fity.
The scenery? Paimon wouldn't mind spit. I've yet to see him. I do not plan to deny. His wife must be a. Huh?
Mengumpulkan hanya 4 pet saja
you
lagi
were
yang
waiting
kita
for me
kumpulkan ya guys ya.
When
Langsung kita
Dendro
gacha 5,
Archon said
yakin
she wanted to
100%
come,
hari
I'll bring
ini
Haidar
dapat
once I'm more
banner
familiar
run
with the
up.
way.
Huh? What's What's wrong with
Percaya
him?
tidak
There's
percaya,
nobody.
kita
Wait,
lihat saja
Minar.
nanti. Kita akan
Don't go
menggunakan
that way.
teknik rahasia
Uh-oh, he's
gacha
gonna
ya
fall.
guys ya.
Catch him! Whew. Luckily, he didn't fall. But he's in the oh, I find it a little.
Huh? Minar. Where's Minar?
Oh, good.
What happened? Huh? Oh, right. The moment I reached the summit, I saw my wife, Minar, sitting there. After I introduced her to you, she seemed a little flustered and started walking away. I told her to stop because of the cliff. And then she seemed to suddenly disappear. When I realized something...
That sounds pretty.
I don't think so.
Maybe we've affected the. Anyway,
I think I know what happened.
let's head back now.
Oh,
Nahida, what's. We still don't have. Oh, right! Come to think of it, there were lots of people from the event who had vivid memories of their dreams. Right. And now we need to understand. And there's no. Stop standing there, Ilman. Let's go.
Untuk kalian semua mohon bersabar. Kita butuh proses untuk mendapatkan empat ya. Nih, ini baru satu. Kita cuma perlu 5. Nyari 4 lagi.
Oh, you're back already. How did...
We have an emergency.
What? But could you... I see. Don't worry. I'll using the event registry.
Thank you. That.
Let me confirm Atta has already left. Has anyone seen Katya?
Oh, I...
Oh no. Can you tell us where she?
Yes,
All right, thank you. Please help us tell the.
sure thing.
Apa ini? Belum selesai. Oh, iya.
Look, she's sitting over there. And surround. Come on, let's rescue her.
Monster, ayo kita tolong dia. Hop.
Hey,
Bidik.
I see everything. She seems to be in the. Yes, but luckily she hasn't been.
See you tomorrow, Professor Aisha. Huh? Why am I back here again? Dreaming? Oh, I see.
Huh?
Nearly 20...
Does it have something to do with your.
Ah, sorry. All right. She was a good friend in addition to her.
Oh,
Yes. I grabbed hold of her and wouldn't let go. She hugged me, and we cried for some time. She still decided. She claimed that she had obtained some.
guess
She left a seed. She said she looked, but strangely, I even went to ask.
may I have...
Of course.
Let me see. Huh? Uh... She looks a little unwell. What's wrong, Nita? No, this plant is not known to the judging by its features. It can't. It means that from my experience, when forced to confront, I know she has. Yeah, that's a tricky one.
Mau tidak mau harus
But
crash
it's
dulu
all right.
bentar.
There are all
Yes.
kinds of people.
Biasanya bentar aja.
Let's go back and tell her.
Huh? What? How's that possible? Are you saying?
But she meant well. Yeah. I guess she had...
I see. The dreams are. I really thought she had come back.
These dreams mean... Yes.
I see. Otherwise, I wouldn't have anything left to remember.
Thanks, Traveler and Paimon. I saw her wave. It was almost... It's because people have... Empathy? By the way... Yes. And now, instead of interpreting it as a result of their longing, I have to consider... Yeah. This is exactly what we need to investigate. They have a bad...
Kita ambil dulu quest yang ini. Siapa tahu hadiahnya primo.
Take it easy. Take it easy.
Kumpulkan benih Sumeru Rose. Mana? Benih Sumeru Rose ada di mana? Di sini. Pin ini udah subur. Benih Sumeru Rose ada di mana? Oh, pot ada apa di pot? Ada barang baru kah? Kita cek barang dulu. Kita cek barang sebentar.
Would you care to...
Cari blueprint ungu dulu. Jangan dulu deh. Kita nabung aja dulu.
If you ever have any...
Kita kembali ke misi awal. Yang nanti kita skip dulu yang. Soalnya hadiahnya nah, kita cari quest. Mana tadi? Dulu terkapar semua.
We're back. How's everything here?
Because of your warning, but a moment of...
Just as I expected.
It's the Dendro Archon. She's back. What happened? What?
Many of you here, but I'm sorry to... Before we learn the...
Huh? I don't think it's a big deal.
We've already met too. That's right! These are...
All right, I get it.
So does that mean once we have some
Yeah, I still want to visit my sister and my... I'm sorry if what I'm about to say... We had a discussion. They all seemed as if they...
Yes, that's...
So if the results of... All of us understand that... I don't think everyone... Before the conclusion... We've never had such...
So they still want to return to their dreams? Just... That's right. The more time we waste, the more people will ignore our warnings and return to their allurance. So, what should we... Seems we have to... Pedrush.
Let me...
Good. Please...
This lady refused to heed our warnings and fell asleep
Apa
here a
nih?
little earlier.
She's only... Do we all... Don't worry about that now. Don't be nervous. Just close your eyes. You slowly wash up...
Loh.
What's
Ada
wrong,
iter tadi.
Traveler? You look a little disoriented.
Oh, iternya hilang.
Oh, okay. Just remember that Paimon is... Anyway, seems like we've made it into... Whoa. Theoretically, we... Anyway... Hey!
Gabung. Sama aku. Meledak. Mantap juga lah hidan.
Everyone hold hands.
Meledak.
Huh? A door? Wonder where it could lead. Well, it's not like we have any other way to go now. Let's go in and have a look. Hey, this place looks familiar, isn't it? Oh, Paimon sees Debbie. She's right over there. Looks like these alluring dreams. Really? But what about that? You can't mean. Yes. Given compared to an oh, if this space is anyway. How do we do that? Just leave it to me.
Oh, tembak semua orang kayaknya maksudnya.
Fuck off. You two have traveled.
I suppose so.
That's right. It's hard to change anyway.
Hey!
Fuck off. You two have traveled.
I suppose so.
That's right. It's anyway.
Kok seperti sesuatu yang berulang ya?
Well,
Huh? I've confirmed that this dream so, don't worry. I don't often use my powers like this. Alright.
the Great Tetrarchon.
I'm sorry to interrupt your celebration.
I get it. The tension.
Hey, how about a cup of...
Memories.
Think careful. Are you sure that meeting here in...
Yes. The reports from the Steambird were true, and I never heard. Hey, come on now.
Yeah, trust your...
I get it now, but since it's my dream, it doesn't matter if this is real or not. These friends, there's nothing wrong.
I'm worried that if you were to get these dreams will always give you what you...
Don't worry.
Are you sure?
Hey, how about we put all this troublesome stuff aside and get back to our coffee and snacks, Whether it's just a dream or real life, you should be happy.
You can't just brush off something like this. We don't even know how you people got here, or where you...
No, it's...
It seems that for now, but I wonder...
Huh. Now I'm not interested in checking.
Okay, just as I expected.
Kemana lagi?
What are we doing here again? Wait a second. We were just up there. No, down there? Did we go up or down? Don't panic. This is how we've left Debbie's dream. But the dream is still continuing onward. This dream has the... If it weren't for what we just saw, Paimon might still find that a bit... I have a guess. The fact that Debbie would let the space... Oh, right! That's right. Right! So the answer's... Yes.
Kita kemana?
It looks like we may need to put something inside there.
Oke. Lihat atributnya apa sih Nahida ini? Oh, karena dia menggunakan ini. Fokus energi recharge. Elemental. Waduh, nggak kena.
Motion to compel. Yeah, time for your arraignment.
Let's nip that in the bud.
Incinerate. Yeah. Motion to compel. Yeah. Yeah.
Masuk lagi.
Whoa. When it rains, it seems to disappear slowly. Yes, and it appears again as soon as the rain stops. It's less like a flower, and more like a
salah.
tentacle slime that's trying to keep out of sight. Here we go again with the heat of the analogy. Incinerate! Huh? Are we back up here again? Wait. Paimon's confused. Are we up here or down there? Good thing we didn't fall. Yes, we did. We just fell upwards. That's not helping, Nahida! Paimon has no clue what's
Aduh,
going
dapat
on
5.
anymore. Wait, this is probably... Huh? Why would he start drinking? Yes, but... Based on what we've learned... But fortunately...
Ini rumah siapa?
Take it easy.
Ilman!
Oh, it's you.
Ilman.
Did you say dream?
Of course. Here.
Hello.
Mainar.
And what's
Haidar.
this? No, it... Anyway, now
Sebagian
not the
nama-nama
time
mark
for
yang ada
that.
di sini mirip nama-nama Indo ya.
You're right.
Kayak Ilman,
Right.
Sorry.
Ahmad.
I had gotten pretty...
Yes, I'm glad. It must have been very hard for him. I regret not being able to fulfill my role.
No, don't...
What should we do now? You can... I'm sorry, but... I should tell you that you're like the last time.
So you mean...
Hmm?
It seems...
Huh? Maybe.
Oh, no, Mom, you can't.
I'm afraid I don't worry, Haida.
Minar doesn't... I'm fully... Never mind. I mean...
Yes.
Then please... Regardless of whatever caused... But does this dream...
I'm...
Okay, please. Come this way. I have heard that the further down... The answer you're looking...
Thank you for helping us.
You're welcome. I'll be right behind. Otherwise...
We're not doing something... bad, are we, Nahida? That
Aduh,
depends on how you
banget.
define good and bad. It's the same place, but they appear to be getting more and more... Right.
Ayo
Something's
kita sikat
clear
monsternya
rather
mau
than
masuk
dreaming.
tempat
I
apapun.
believe we're on the right. It's not that the truth, but you would never mistake truth. Sometimes, but it's just... Listen, this also but if we decide... Oh, Your mind will begin to build the dream far more attentively, which in turn will... Do you remember how constructing a realistic dream... Does that mean there's a... If we wake that person... Most... But the collective dream in Sumeru... This has nothing to do with the Aranara, and humans are not capable of... Huh? So... that's even so... Yeah, once we know their
Aktifkan.
I hear everything. Can't see?
Game's up. Time's over.
motion to compel.
Salah pencet.
Share my knowledge.
Busted.
All the water that used to be here has turned into rain. Then let's get through here before the water level rises.
Lewat mana nih? Udah kok nyangkut tuh.
We finally made it! The destination is right
Emangnya aku
ahead!
nyangkut.
Wow! Well, this should be the
Kota
final.
Sumeru dalam
Really?
dunia mimpi. Mimpi
Yeah.
siapakah
I
ini?
have powers related to dreams. I guess only though there are so many. Don't worry.
Gunakan elemental Nahida.
Everyone hold hands.
Lisa's always so calm. I wish I were the same.
Huh?
Oh.
Hey,
Shadia has such good taste. What should I... Ooh, let me have a look.
everyone hold hands.
Shadia has such good taste. I can never go wrong with her opinion.
No, it doesn't seem to be her. Hey,
Who doesn't want a dream to last forever?
wow.
Be careful. Don't fall now.
Minor.
Oh, hey. Seems we...
Huh? How did you beat him? You're in the dream.
Man lagi nih.
Everyone hold hands.
Who taught...
You know, and on that note.
Sorry, I've been a little busy these last couple days. Oh, the Dendro Archon. What a pleasant...
Oh, welcome, great I'm Amira. I run the flower shop here. And this is my husband, Moses.
Yes, how may we help you?
You already know all about me. There's no need for all the pleasantries. Perhaps I should call you the dream's owner?
As expected of the Dendro Archon. I'm sorry, Amira. It seems my Why don't you go back?
Okay, of course.
It appears that I was too naive. To avoid looking like too much of a fool, allow me to ask the first question. How well would you say you understand this dream?
This dream was built by the As for you, given up.
Please, tell me how you were able to arrive at such a conclusion.
It's simple. Apart from you, this space only consists of real people who are dreaming, and then although you are here and appear no different from the... How can I wake up...
Fascinating.
Since you're the fully awake owner of this dream, it can theoretically... But even knowing all of that, one question...
Isn't the answer right in front of you, great Dendro Arc? I uploaded my entire consciousness into the Akasha when it was still running. Actually, this all... That's right. However, the Akasha is truly magnificent. If I siphoned a minuscule amount of its energy, even using just... I named my first work, Amira.
Huh?
She and I entered the academia on the same day, starting with admission procedures. And because of that one day, we eventually went on to fall in love. Our rhythm was always in step. I felt like we were... However... Elazar later took her from me. Yes, I need more training samples to... I found their details in the Akasha's database. This way I could connect them to a network, and to improve my... Yes, because the Akasha was suddenly turned off, I lost all of my jnana energy. I became imprisoned in the very network I had... At first, I panicked. But...
That means...
That's all there really is to it. I don't think I'm doing anything. I provide a beautiful... They can wake up any...
I agree. This is the home we spent a great deal of effort on to build for us.
Yeah, she's right. We're staying here of our own free will.
I don't understand this at all, but...
Thank you, dear. Great Dendro Archon.
You don't need to get the Great Dendro...
Now he's playing dirty! It seems like you're willing to tell me if you use real people as...
They just want to be with the people they cherish. I don't think there's anything wrong with me providing them with that opportunity. They don't wish to eternally part with their spouses and friends. If you understood humans a little better, or had also experienced firsthand the absolute devastation of loss, then perhaps you wouldn't be so cold towards us.
If you had used... Unfortunately... You've committed one of the... You equated... You lured them...
Pain? Luring? Those kinds of things haven't existed here from the moment this world was created.
She's right here. This is Ilmon's child, Haidar.
Huh? My daughter? What's wrong with her?
This dream... Carefully think back.
I... secretly... you mean...
No. The moment you came into this dream, it's so.
She's still out?
That's right. Not to mention...
If Haidar's...
What are you talking about, Dad?
I must wake up right now!
Oh.
It seems the others have also remembered. People try to... However, it's because they have family. But in this dream, it's all just a well...
It seems like I've stayed in the dream for too long.
I still have so many things I haven't done.
I didn't expect you to arrive at the answer through sheer power of observation. If you wanted to spend a little time in the waking world, go right ahead. In any case, I wanted to spend some time alone with Amira. As long as this dream continues to exist, humans aren't as strong as you think. And it's time to
You, please get out of here and find somewhere safe.
I am the master of this dream. I can create endless waves of monsters with a snap of a finger. Don't worry, they'll wake up before they get hurt. Amira doesn't like to see others in pain. If you know what's good for you, leave now!
Breath of the flame. The Temple of Wisdom. Yeah.
Can't see? I hear everything.
Gotcha. Game's up. Fun is over. Witness the power of Gua. Boom boom.
You haven't won just yet. This dream is mine! If I go into hiding here, not even an Archon can ever find me. And as long as people yearn for happiness, they will return here and rebuild this paradise!
Hey, stop! What's that? The stream is spiraling out of control and is collapsing now.
Semuanya berubah. Oh, jadi monster.
Oh no. Amira! Amira! Amira!
Amira jadi monster.
Amira, are you alright?
I don't feel well.
No, no, no! Please, no!
Get away from there. Don't ruin.
Wah, kita kasih yang kuat-kuat dulu. Pakai def. Pakai 20 critical
My
saja.
flowers.
What should I do? Where did it go?
He left because he doesn't want you anymore. Let me leave you a verse.
Share my knowledge.
Busted. Things are about to get dicey.
Time for your arraignment.
Shut up! Am I?
Glad that's over. But what happened just now? He's not very proficient in using the Akasha's technique. All the people he created, it's terrible. Even Paimon's freaked out. The good news is that the chaos now we only need.
Amira. They're all gone. I couldn't change.
Do you still think?
I don't care. The Jnana energy used to sustain this dream has all been transformed into monsters. Just let me disappear with Amira.
It seems that everything that's happened is too much for him. He's lost all hope. I think seeing me after
Existence?
using my knowledge, the academia has.
No need.
This isn't as for your life. All right, Traveler and Paimon, we can finally wrap up this whole thing.
Dulu. Ini kok kotak-kotaknya tadi ketinggalan. Ini punya Yanfei ini.
Oh, nothing. Let's tell the people here to gather at the moment of dreams after they wake up.
Oh, great. Everybody has to, from the looks of...
Yes, though there will be many people gathering here shortly, so please do your. I need to go to the Are we going to ask about that scholar? Yes, but it may take some time for him to wake up after his consciousness returns to his body.
Wah, ada hadiahnya nih. Sip.
We can leave the rest to the mantra.
Oh, lumayan.
Oh, it's the great Dendro Archon. How can I help you?
I would like to check the...
Okay. Sorry to keep you waiting, Dendro Archon. He hasn't regained...
Huh? I guess he didn't want to be read. Please, give the knowledge stored in this to the Matra and ask the...
Understood.
It's simple. He's committed an...
I see.
Nope. Alright. Let's be quiet. I wonder what she's going to say. Hello. I'm sorry for interrupting your beautiful dreams. Dreams haven't been dreams also, as I've said before. But just take a good look around you. You should be proud. The path of life. What's the meaning? Whenever you have... Some people work hard all day so that they're fit. Some venture in search of the world's secrets. Life is not... Look, therefore, once you begin your... But if you were to... You're free to choose how... In the end...
Nahida said she wanted to speak with us alone. It seems like she went to the plaza in front of the academia. You're amazing!
Well, that dream wasn't... But as long as you can still wake up... Huh? What makes you say...
Right! You said that you didn't understand. Your speech just...
Thank you. I've heard... You can't say that... That's why I couldn't... But all of... I don't think that...
You're too hard on yourself, that's for sure.
Alright, I've learned that the moment I entered the dream, I felt like I was wrapped in... It was so warm that it felt... But when I opened my eyes, the feeling was gone. If I have to, but now that I've experienced this, it's enough that if I dwell too much, I gave a speech.
Hey, what's with the...
You keep looking like there's something you want to... Since we just woke up, a new day...
Selesai. Enggak, chapter 1 jam. Dapat berapa? Cuma dapat 1. 2. 3 lagi, guys. 3 lagi. Ini masuk quest Arkon ini. Nanti dulu deh. Oh, kita minta ke bawah. Kita minta ke bawah sini. Add Astra Absorb. Add Astra Absorb.
Add Astra. Thank you for completing. Add Astra.
Oke, kita bikin makanan bentar. Bikin satu kali ya, bikin satu aja cadangan. Heal. Sayang. Ini berapa sih? Wih, hampir aja. Oh, ini lumayan lah. Stok darah. Oke, kita ke mana? Cek resin dulu. Resin kurang satu, kita bikin satu resin. Oke, resinnya beres. Apa kesini? Cek event dulu, ada nggak ya? Ini udah beres. Ini hari kelima. Coba karakter sudah semua. Rintik hujan tanpa sebab, terus Archon. Tiga lagi.
Good old caravan rebot. Now what Paimon... Oh, Paimon remembers. So much Paimon just hopes this peace will last a long time. And then Nahida won't have any more... Yeah, come to think of it. Maybe it's all because of you. Maybe you're just a magnet for trouble. Anyway, for Nahida's sake, maybe...
Look who it is. Running into you in a place like this. I can see you two still love wandering around.
Oh, it's deep, but never mind.
I just finished that's when I saw you two all the way over there. Huh? You can't say I saw bumping into you like, hey, how...
Thanks, but...
Sounds good. So, when are you leaving?
Oh, wait a sec. Paimon just...
I see. Though,
By the way, should we go say bye to Nahida? Oh, good point.
then I guess this is goodbye for now, travel.
Goodbye, dear. Bye-bye, Samara.
urusan di semua harus selesai. Kau pun pergi ke Fontaine. Biasanya karkonnya agak lama questnya. Kita harus pergi ke sana. Ya tinggal teleport. Nah, kalau pertanyaannya kok baru sampai sini ke Sarkonnya, karena banyak quest yang diselesaikan dulu, guys. Jadi Arkon dikebelakangkan dulu.
Take it easy.
After crossing all that sand and water, we finally made it. Oh, this must be
Di
fun.
sini baru masuk. Padahal di sini sudah banyak yang sudah selesai juga di Fontaine.
Seeing the sights as a tourist is
Sudah saya
nice,
selesaikan.
but maybe it would be better if... What do you think? Good
Jadi
idea.
tipe
Sneaking
permainan
out the seven
quest
is
kayak saya
probably
ini
still our
maju
best
mundur.
source
Jadi
for
kita bisa
information.
menyaksikan cerita itu maju mundur, jadi nggak bosan, guys.
To learn about a
Jadi nggak
nation's
cerita
god,
itu nggak yang
start with the
lurus
nation's
terus
people.
alurnya.
There seems to be some locals talking over
Jadi
there.
biasanya sebelum Arkonnya masuk, quest di dalamnya tak beresin dulu. Jadi quest di dunia yang ada di Fontaine ini udah saya
Yeah, I didn't
beresin
expect
semua.
that kind of ending for him. I thought he would at least fight on a little longer for his family.
Jadi
I was
tinggal
expecting.
Arkonnya belakangan. Jadi nanti ceritanya akan maju mundur.
Excuse me. Can I help you too?
Really?
Well, good tells are
serunya gini,
often
jadi pas
whether
mereka
something
balik
is
datang,
true or not simply isn't that
pakai
important.
Arkon, ke
The main
Sarkon,
thing is whether the story being. Oh, but
ceritanya
it
malah
looks like you're
mereka
not
kayak
from around
berkenalan
here.
lagi. Padahal
And as for your worries
sudah
about whether
selesai
the
quest di
cases are
dalam
treated
dunia
with due
quest dunianya.
reverence, as well as the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal, a machine created by the Archon. Between the machine and the Chief Justice, false charges and injustice are a thing of the past now.
You're a trees? Is it some kind of machine too? Wait, I'm at a...
Oh, that's it.
In that case, I'm afraid it's going to be a tad more difficult. You'll have to make an appointment well in advance, and it'll depend on whether or not she has any.
No.
That's right.
Wait! Paimon gets now! The Hydro Archon!
Yeah, I suppose.
Hang on. This is still fun.
Yes, you're...
Come on. Sure, there's a lot of laws here, but...
Alright! I think we get it. Thank you! At least we now know that we can find the Hydro Archon, but who knows how long making an appointment... Hey! What are you looking over there for? Huh. Maybe something's the matter. She isn't going to jump into the water, is she? Maybe we better go check on her.
Padahal ini udah punya. Tinggal kepake.
I'm about many.
Skillnya
I was just
kurang
reminiscing
bagus,
about a
nggak
place my
suka.
brother and
You're pointing at the sea.
no people call the and no, I can still see that hill clear. He would skip but now.
I don't believe we've had the pleasure of meeting. Are you Lynette's new friends? Thanks for looking after my sister. She often comes here to reminisce about our... Oh, allow me to introduce myself. I'm Linny, and this is my sister Lynette. If I had to guess, I'd say you must be
Nice to meet you. We were just
Nah, ini
talking
pesulap
with...
merah, yes.
Oh, really? Then you two are just like
Ini
us.
namanya pesulap
Paimon's
merah.
always the one talking for some reason. So that's how you think it is?
I also think my brother can be too.
So,
Oh, that. Well, I suppose prophecy isn't exactly the right word, because that implies a certain amount. Where to begin? Let's put that question on hold for a moment.
did all the introductions earlier not...
Hello, traveler. And hello, Paimon.
Hey! Why didn't Paimon get it?
Please, don't...
Oh, by the way, we were just...
So you're going to see Lady Farina? No problem at all. Please, follow me.
Senjatanya ada sama saya nih. Nah, senjatanya ada sama saya.
You said you were going to see Lady Farina? Well, it seems Lady Farina has come to see you.
Gagah. Ini bannernya belum ada nih ya.
So, my dear people, rich and poor, those with cup in hand and those with nothing at all, raise your glasses in celebration. If you don't have... As you can all see, two unfamiliar travelers have arrived in our nation. Come, let us make a toast in honor of this traveler and her companion who have journeyed here from distant lands.
Is she talking about it?
I've long heard of the turmoil and chaos you've left in your wake as you visited other... Fear is for insignificant cowards. Of course, seeking an odd... I, Focalor, hereby welcome you to the...
Yeah, Paimon still can't believe, but the Hydra... Miss Hydra?
I see. As Outlanders, you inevitably lack even some of the most basic understanding. You had best...
Whoa. Talk about sounding...
Oh? What's with these...
Wow, I didn't expect to see wait, does this mean...
Hey, what's all the commotion?
Of course.
Ooh,
You may consider that...
now she wants to fight? Aren't we getting a little ahead of ourselves?
Mau aja duel. Kok dari bentuknya keingat kayak waktu melawan ini. Raiden nih. Kan gitu juga dulu.
What are you trying to do, traveler? Provoking a god in...
Stand down.
On Araneus, criminals are always requesting duels to defend their honor.
You see. Then, as the god of justice,
Right.
What do you care? Besides, how exactly do you plan to have a duel in court?
Balai
According
penghakiman
to
macam
Font...
apa itu?
You call that obvious?
What kind precisely?
My apologies, Lady Farina. I don't think that Paimon here means...
You tell her, Winnie!
As so, with such an audience gathered...
Apa ini?
Ta-da!
What's that on Paimon's back? Hey, when did you do that?
There. As you can all clearly see, Paimon should be classified as, well, something like a balloon. This rope...
Huh? You call that magic? You've got to be joking.
Huh.
Amusing. Very amusing. Performing. In which case, consider the matter of your trial resolved. But even the gods of other... I look forward to seeing your upcoming
Just like that, she's gone. Well, that's the most unpredictable Archon Paimon's ever seen. We never even had a chance to ask her anything. But that's a problem for future Paimon.
Don't mention it. I just happened to remember that there was... So...
She can be a bit confusing at times, but she is still amenable to reason.
Anyway, Paimon...
It will actually be my first time performing on the most when there are no public trials being held. And speaking of...
My brother's always excited.
Oh, sure. We don't really have anything to do...
Splendid. In that case, you really... This is a magical item known as a magic...
Kantong ajaib. Kita dapat kantong ajaib. Kayak tas Tupperware ya guys ya.
What are they going to use it for?
About that, I'm not sure exactly. It says that every person in Fontaine is born with sin. No matter how the nation of justice holds trial after trial, this sin cannot be absolved. Until one day, the water levels in Fontaine will rise, and the sinful people will slowly be drowned. In the end, the people will all be dissolved into the waters, and only the Hydro Archon will remain, weeping on her throne. Only then will the sins of the people of Fontaine be washed away.
That sounds pretty gloomy. Why are people in Fontaine born with sin? What is that supposed to mean?
There are lots of guesses. Some say that the ancestors of Fontaine stole the power of the seas and stirred its wrath. Others say that the people of Fontaine never heeded the first Hydro Archon's warnings and offended Celestia. But here in Fontaine, evidence is what matters. There hasn't been concrete evidence for any of these claims, so they can only be regarded as conjecture.
If even the people in Fontaine don't know what sin they committed, wouldn't it be better just to ignore the prophecy completely? Why bother feeling guilty all the time?
That's exactly what the people did at first. But in the last few years, the water levels in Fontaine...
Many places have already been completely submerged. And now, like...
Many people carry on with their lives as before. We hope that at least as a magic...
Oh, Paimon gets it!
Now, if you'd like to...
Dapat kantong ajaib. Ini kok benda-benda kok ada banyak gini.
What's this?
What?
No, the story said it's time. So.
Oh.
All right.
Mana lagi?
So you're the blonde Oh, thanks.
Satunya sebelah.
I don't. Life is all about.
You should still.
Oh, all right, fine. Thanks. It's just that.
Mana lagi?
Oh, you already handed out all of the magic pockets? That was yes, but
Is there anything else?
yes, one.
So, you wanna...
Oh, that would be
Kantong ajaib.
It seems we have to use Hydro to collect for maritime flowers.
Satu lagi.
You made quick work of that. I can tell you're an experienced. Maybe next time you'll.
No way.
Fine. Though.
So, we're going to the...
Wait, shh. Have you noticed that person over there? The young girl.
Huh?
Magicians and thieves practice similar methods. Watch her move.
Oh, he's right!
Shh, keep your voice down. We need to think of a way to catch her, but it seems she's very alert. You two can ride the lift over there and wait up top. I bet. All right.
Mana? Kalau di atas kita tinggal teleport.
This is the spot where Linny wanted us to wait. Oh, look! Isn't that her? Oh no! Did she notice us? What should we do? Should we chase her? You're right. She might also... Nothing's happened for a while now. Paimon wonders if Linny caught the thief. Yeah, let's...
Mana Lily?
Are you sure that's all she took?
No. Anyway,
Oh, were you returning what the thief had stolen?
That's right.
I saw the general direction she went.
Oh, did you...
I'll be all right. It's...
If you want to play at being a hero, at least try not to get...
You're... I have to admit that the... But at least we were able to get this...
What a slippery little thief!
All right, let's put...
Bagaimana ini? Ya.
Take it easy.
So, we ride this thing to go into the city? What an...
This is an It's pretty...
So you mean it's still boring?
No, that's not what I meant. Besides, it...
Guess that's what it's like to be in a...
It's about time for us to leave. Let's get...
Siapa
Excuse
lagi
me,
ini?
aren't you the great magician Linny?
Hello. I don't believe.
Tukang pot.
I'm Charlotte, a reporter for the Steambird.
Nice to meet you. From the Steambird, huh?
It's an honor to meet. Wait, could that be the legendary traveler who's been making headline after headline in their journey across? Amazing! I wouldn't. Wow.
So, Charlotte, what do you use?
Well, when there isn't it, you can still manage to keep readers' attention. For example, reporting on how a scammer once deceived vulnerable girls into relationships. Or how a financial criminal was once so poor that they ate a single piece of bread for 5 days. That's fine and all, but what I'm really after is... Oh, I just remembered! I've been following a cake. You mean the series? That's right! These stories are the talk. If I'm the... Oh, when that happens, I'm...
So, what is the...
That's right! And ever since... But the scariest part... Many suspects have been arrested over the years in connection with this case. But shortly after each arrest, another disappearance would always happen. Yes, it's possible.
Yes, I agree. And at the very least, I just imagined for a second what I would do if Lynette were to suddenly disappear.
Please don't imagine.
Hey, we're almost there! Look!
Well, I really enjoyed chatting with you.
Yeah, us as well.
I have an...
Okay.
Bye now. Oh,
What a tough job. Always running around.
If you don't mind, how about we stop by my home?
Sure, we...
Jadi tempat lahirnya si Yelan nih di mana ya? Di Fontaine apa di Sumeru? Tiga level lagi, level 90. Nah, hadiahnya. Oke, ayo kita bereskan. Hadiahnya primo.
This is our current abode. Ah, Fremine, you're home.
Oh.
I see. Allow me to introduce you to my little brother, Fremine.
Nice to meet you. Paimon is Paimon, and...
Lenny, could you come here for...
What is
Permitnya
it,
ada
Fremine?
juga.
Do you have something to tell me?
Sudah dapat si permit. Lunet juga sudah. Nanti kalian lihat ya.
Okay.
Lunet sama si
Is everything
permit.
all right?
Oh, before I forget, the travel...
Yes.
That's our...
Looks like rain.
Oh, you're right. But wasn't it?
I'm afraid that's just how it is here. It off...
What's wrong, Fremen?
There's a legend about the... It said that a dragon of water... When I was a child, my mother told me that... Hydro
Kalau ada
dragon.
sidang hujan.
Hydro dragon. Don't
Naga
cry.
hidro.
If it's an elemental dragon, then
Siapakah naga hidro?
let Paimon try something.
Konon katanya naga hidro itu si... Siapa sih itu namanya? Yang ada di banner itu guys.
Doesn't seem to be of any use. It is
Itu
just a
katanya
legend
itu
after
naga
all.
hidro.
You know, you might be a more popular magician if you...
It rained for longer than I...
Was there something you need?
Yeah, some... On the day of the performance, just ride the aquabus to the island of Araneus. I'll have Lynette...
Oh,
What is it, Fremine? Perhaps we could... I'm afraid that...
No trouble at all.
sorry for the...
Oh, no need.
Kita cek banner. Nah katanya ini naga hidro nih. New Village ini. Oh ya tadi. Nah, si lunet, kita cari lunet. Kita punya lunet. Net. Masih polosannya konsernya sudah C2 nih. Si lunet. Terus satunya lagi ini juga sama vertikal. Tuh. Udah punya guys.
Oh, hello there. New customers? Looking to buy, or do you need something made?
Oh, no.
Ah, these must be for Magic Pocket. No need. But they insist.
Whoa.
I can't say.
Hey.
Why use your hand?
But where does a big...
Well, but basically...
Huh?
Well, I'm not... When a trial is...
So that's what... But... Paimon's the... Oh, yeah. So that means...
Even though I've never... Besides indemnity, it isn't produced by...
I thought I'd find you hard at work, but here you are chatting the day away.
You again?
Yeah, but...
Huh?
Seems business isn't so great.
Hey, hold on. Before you go around trying to collect payments, if Confreri of Cabriere wants to poach clients from Northland Bank...
you're from... North...
Traveler, Paimon! I didn't think I'd run into you here in Fontaine. What are the chances?
We're surprised to see you, too. What are you doing here in Fontaine?
But it seems that either way you look at it.
Pretty sure we'd want to avoid anything that you'd find interesting. Besides, our trip here has gone pretty well so far. Right, Traveler?
Hey, you...
Don't interrupt. It's not often I...
You kidding? Listen to me, boy.
Hey, I just said not to interrupt. Oh, by the way,
Hey! That's way over the line! All right,
can you at least let me finish one sentence? Fine. Though the bank told me not to get... You're the ones who started it. This is an act of self-defense. You two will have to be my witnesses, okay?
Sikat.
Paimon should...
Siapa yang nyikatnya?
You're mine. Brace yourself. This is gonna hurt.
What's your deal?
Oh. Huh?
Now's my chance.
Oh, ternyata di sini bisa bisa dimatikan ya. Apa namanya?
Huh.
Vision.
That was weird.
Ini pasti.
I'm not sure. It's as if I...
Strange.
Never mind.
Visionnya
It doesn't matter. If I want to stay sharp, I shouldn't be relying too much on my vision.
So what are you doing in fun?
Well, I... But recently... That is a possibility. I can't remember if it was during that... She was always quiet. One time, because I had a...
But what is it?
She never explained in my dream.
A whale? Oh, that's so...
It takes that shit...
So you used the whale as in... So why don't you just...
You make it sound so... But it's been years.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm out of... Oh.
What?
No.
Official chief?
Yep. In Fontaine, before a criminal goes to court, the champion duelist, so engaging in... And the worst case, though it's rumored that Fontaine has a death penalty. So really...
So...
Apparently it's... Besides, apparently the one...
Well, that's child for...
Oh, before I forget. I want...
Huh? You're...
I'm just worried that it could become uncontrollable again. Besides...
Paimon knows what you're up...
Oh, kita malah dikasih vision.
That sneaky guy... What? Wow! Who could have seen that coming? The reporter... sorry. The whodunit's here? It's so exciting to reach them. Oh, Lenny said that the opera house is on Aeneas. So let's go ride the aquabus.
Sudah habis kebeli. Mana? Oh, sini.
Take it easy.
Whoa! Now this is fancy, huh? Looks like there's a lot of...
Oh, Archon.
I don't know why you always...
I guess if there are, kid.
Maybe this is one of the
Vache.
What's wrong?
Vache. Vache.
No, Paimon didn't say anything. Are you hearing things?
Welcome to the Fountain of Lucine.
Right.
What do you mean?
Hey, you're not trying...
Nice. In fact...
It's because of her sensitive...
When do you cry?
Wait, what?
Just answer me.
When Paimon's really sad? Oh,
Then you should understand that tears contain your most... Like I just mentioned, the Fountain of Lucine. So maybe what you heard was the...
So, what did the voice say? Huh.
Rather than worrying, don't let that calm look...
Oh, right.
Belum selesai juga. Cek dulu apa ini. Hmm, 14 4 opera.
Ah, Traveler in Paimon. Good to see you.
Are you kidding?
But you're actually right on time. The audience still have... The Opera House has assigned seating, so you always have to make reservations.
Ooh, front row seat!
Don't mention it. There's no need to keep
Hey, Lenny! Could you come over here and take a...
Oh, I'll be right there. Seems there's an issue with the stage props over there. That's Cal, my assistant, calling me.
Yeah, we'll just go...
Mana nih? Atas. Bangku VIP. Nah, apa nih? New Village kah? Kayaknya New Village nih, kayaknya. Iya, New Village nih.
Hey,
New
Traveler.
Village Sinaga Hydro.
Maybe we should strike up a conversation with the person next.
Excuse me, I would be perfectly happy to chat with you if that is what you would like.
Oh! Wait, that's not it, Paimons. Sorry. Oh!
A friend?
Oh, so you're... Nice to meet you. Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler. We just...
It is an honor, and as required...
Oh, Monsieur Nervillet. What an honor to...
Ah, Mr.
Wait.
I saw... Allow me to introduce...
Whoa!
No offense taken. And by the way, there's someone's... I believe she is... So I think you should take notice of her
Bentuknya aja
sooner
kayak
rather
naga.
than later.
Jadi naga hidro.
Huh?
Very good. That is for the best.
Huh? So is this what things are like between the Chief Justice and the...
All right.
Yay! The show's finally about to...
Kita nonton pertunjukannya Linley.
Oh, they're dimming the lights. The show must be starting.
Paimon berisik.
Sorry. Paimon will try to stay...
Gak bisa duduk nih Paimon.
Welcome one and all to the Opera Epicles. I am the star of today's show, Linny.
Linny.
And over here is my sister Lynette, who will be working as my wonderful
Lynette.
assistant. Please, let's give her a warm welcome.
Hello, everyone.
I know she may seem to be a little sleepy right now, but that's just a sign that she's nervous.
Linny dan
Whatever.
Lynette.
Now, some of you may be thinking, 2 vision holders who can freely manipulate elemental powers performing magic is not true magic at all. So, I would like to take a moment to assure you that elemental powers will have nothing to do with what you will witness on the stage today. Both Lynette and myself have removed our visions for the show. That way, even the gods won't be able to help us.
Oh, good point. That's what makes the show real magic.
Now, without further ado, let the show begin. Lynette will now exit the stage to make some preparations. I know you might miss her, but don't worry. She'll be coming right back on stage momentarily. Perhaps in an unexpected way. I'm sure she'll be stealing the spotlight soon enough. Oh, and before I forget, there's one more thing I should say. You never know what can happen in the blink of an eye.
Hati-hati kalau berkedip. Itu guys, hati-hati kalau berkedip guys.
A magician's greatest skill is making things disappear or appear. The possibilities are endless.
Berkedip aja, jangan berkedip. Mari kita bongkar.
But this isn't what you came for. These little tricks, you've seen them all before. So it's time for something truly extraordinary, don't you think? This one's a little tricky. Using this water tank, I shall make my sister vanish completely, right before your very eyes.
Kenapa mukanya bersedih ya?
It's actually quite simple. She'll just turn into air bubbles and float right out of the top. Oh no! I told them to check all the props carefully. With the lid on, even air can't escape. An amateur magician would be getting very nervous right around now. Luckily, it's me on stage, so let me show you what a true virtuoso can do.
Sisa bajunya.
Lynette, are you still there? Don't go too far. We don't want to use up all our magic.
Hi, I'm back.
Uh-huh.
Lynette itu punya jurus menghilang.
Whoa! What in the world just happened? How did he do that? Wasn't Lynette inside the water tank? How did she disappear and then
If we could see easily through his tricks, then that would mean that his skills are still lacking. To appreciate magic, you should focus on the show happening on stage, rather than getting...
Guess you're right. Paimon couldn't believe her eyes when
Thank you everyone. I'm glad you enjoyed that but our magical journey has only just begun. The magic of transformation and disappearance can go far beyond what you've just seen. I'm sure many of you are thinking that escaping the water tank, in which case, I have ample time. So, for my next trick, I will require the participation of one lucky audience member. Please, if my assistants, there are 2 boxes and only 2 boxes. One is here, and I'm sure many of our clever audience members have. Our lucky audience member and I will each enter a magic box. Now, please, everyone pay very close attention to the box you see here. Don't give me.
Wow! How's he gonna. Hey, do you think this is all magic tricks, or does
The lucky audience member will be generated by this random number selector. It selects numbers entirely at random. Even I don't know who will be chosen to participate. Now then, let's begin. Let me see. Oh, row 7, seat 3. Congratulations! Please, come forward. My assistant will take you, but I'm sorry, it might be a little cramped inside, but no need to feel nervous. We've carefully. You don't need to do anything if the magic is interrupted.
Oh.
All right, like this: 60, 59, 58. Just keep counting down. I won't be able to see anything in the pitch black box, so I'll be relying on your voices to. Oh, and no tricks.
Ooh! Paimon kinda wants.
No, that won't do. Come on, repeat after me. 60! That's right, perfect.
54? Why aren't you counting?
I am counting in my head. I think things are exciting enough. It's merely a consequence of my identity and personality. Do not worry about me.
Oh! Alright. You look so serious. 40! 39!
Mr. Linney.
Yes, I'm fine. I'm just double-checking the direction of the magic. It would be a disaster if we get sent to the wrong places. For example, midair.
Even though he's saying that, Lenny doesn't seem nervous at all. What was that noise? Did you hear it too? Not sure. Anyway, it doesn't.
25! 24! What's wrong, Mr. Linney? I can still hear you moving in there.
I seem to have accidentally knocked over a decoration. I'm trying to fix it, but it's pitch black in here.
Never mind the decorations. There's no time for that.
No, that's unacceptable. I want my show to be perfect. Don't.
19! 18! 17!
It seems things aren't quite going as planned. It feels like you're all starting to count faster, but that's all right. I know it can. 10 seconds and change is still.
10!
Almost there now. Whew. Swapping two people is harder work than you might think. Even a master magician like me can't guarantee I'll get it right the first time. Hey, wait! Is this the back one? I can't tell. They both look the same inside. Huh? No, that's not it. I'll try again.
7!
Hey, slow down! Honestly!
5! 4! 3!
Whoops! That doesn't count!
0!
Ta-da!
Berikan tepuk tangan yang meriah, teman-teman. Lulu.
What happened?
Hah? Siapa nih asisten tadi nih?
Huh? Is this part of the show? Mr. Lenny, you're going to use magic to fix the stage now, right?
What happened?
Oh no. Maybe this isn't part of the show. The girl was still in that box, right?
This performance is over. Medical staff with me. Guards, secure the scene and detain all the performers. Seal the exits. No one is allowed in or out at this time.
Yes, that's right. If this was just an accident, then we must investigate the cause. But if this was all part of some scheme, then those accountable will not escape the judgment of the God of Justice.
No need to be alarmed, you two. We'll get to the bottom of this soon enough. Unfortunately, the person who is in the magic box has been pronounced dead. His name was Cowell, one of the assistants in Linny's magic troupe. Apparently, the fireworks on stage ignited the ropes that were suspending the water tank, which then caused the tank to fall onto the stage. As of now, we are still not sure why we found Cowell in the box, rather than the guest from the audience. And after an initial search of the area, the guards have confirmed that the girl is nowhere to be found. It appears that this incident was not merely some mishap with the performance. And there are many indications that it is connected with the case of the serial disappearances of young women.
The serial disappearances case?
That's the case that Charlotte mentioned before.
I know the truth. I can see through the whole thing. Really, using such a shallow and obvious mystery as his finale. Did he really underestimate us that badly? I say that our powerful magician, Mr. Linny, is now the prime suspect for the serial disappearances case.
Huh? Why me? This whole thing was an accident.
Oh, this all occurred during your magic show, did it not? The missing girl disappeared after being chosen, did she not? The deceased is one of your assistants, is he not? Now that I think about it, that whole speech about magicians making things disappear was nothing more than a provocation, a bald-faced challenge.
That can't be right. How could Linny do this? He was in the box on the stage the entire time. We could even hear his voice. Besides, before the show, he told us that he would like to catch the criminal behind the disappearances. He couldn't possibly—
Save discussion for a later time, please. Lady Farina, may I assume that your comments just now constitute an accusation against Mr. Linny and his associates, and that you—
I just think that he— well,
But what Lady Farina said just now makes perfect sense. Looks like
a kidnapping and murder carried out under the cover of a magic show.
I mean, of course that's right. I mean you, traveler. You'll support Linny. Then there's no problem at all. But with Linny's help, our little duel, so no more draws. Between the two of us, there must be a clear winner and—
It wasn't a draw.
I understand. Charges— Well, traveler, seems Lady Farina— Are you willing to act as Mr. Linny's attorney? Very well. Linny and his troop— The audience may begin to—
A day isn't—
Linny!
Sorry about everything that happened.
Of course! Who wouldn't be scared?
Yeah, I'm a little shaken up myself. I know you already claimed that you would defend me, but now it's just us talking. Tell me, good to hear. Thank you. I'm sure everyone sees me as the biggest suspect at this point. But I don't know whether what happened there on the stage was purely an accident or not. And I don't know why poor Cal was in the box. As for how that girl chosen from the audience could suddenly disappear, I'm afraid I don't have any answers either. Even a skilled and knowledgeable magician like myself couldn't pull all that off in just 1 minute.
Which is precisely why we need to investigate. As this book says, the impossible could not have happened. Whatever happened must have been that which is possible. Paimon bought them when we were reading at the bookshop in the city. Don't worry. Paimon used her own savings to buy them.
I think they look cute.
You have good taste, Lynette.
That's the right attitude. But with the guards watching our every move, good thing you agreed.
Yes, thank you so much.
Yeah, just leave it to us. Oh, since we're going to start investigating, Paimon has a question first. Where did Lynette go during the performance?
Ah, well, I'm afraid that would involve some of our essential trade secrets as magicians.
The secrets behind our magic are past saving, Linny.
I suppose you're right. The truth behind our tricks is going to be important evidence that will be weighted during the trial. 'Tis truly a pity. As a magician, our magic show is a work of art. We've poured countless hours and spared no effort in perfecting it. But if revealing our secrets will help you uncover the truth behind what happened, then it will be well worth it. We should go somewhere else if we're going to discuss our magic tricks. We'll go speak with the guards, and in the meantime, you can go investigate the stage and the seating areas.
Alright, let's go have a look while the investigation teams are still here. Detective Paimon is on the case! Hello, officer. How's the investigation going?
Ah, I see. You must be the traveler that Lady Farina mentioned. Listen, I'll be perfectly honest with you. I'd avoid getting mixed up in this whirlpool of a mess if I were you.
Huh? What do you mean?
Come with me and you'll see. The deceased is one of Linny's assistants, named Cal. Even though he hadn't joined the troupe long, he was hardworking and everyone generally liked him. The assistants are usually in charge of setting up and inspecting the props, as well as assisting with the show and keeping the crowd engaged. As you probably saw when you were in the audience, the water tank suddenly fell and smashed the box with Cowl inside it. This is the real mystery. We've already searched the scene and were unable to find any traces of the girl. However, if you look carefully, the box was positioned directly under the water tank. The ropes holding the tank were then burned by the pyrotechnics on stage, causing them to snap. All these factors lining up so perfectly makes it hard to see this as a mere accident. If anything, the more logical explanation is that the whole incident was intentionally planned, and Linny is the most likely person to have access to all these areas.
But he doesn't have a motive!
Are you both good friends of his?
Well, you can't say we're good friends, but we've known each other for a little while.
So in just a short time, he was not only able to win your trust, but even convince you to act as his attorneys. I know there's no such thing as magic. The real trick of a magician is holding the audience in the palm of their hand. I've seen a lot of cases, and I can tell you that people are the least reliable kind of evidence. Sorry, I tend to be pretty straightforward. Just know that I'm warning you for your own good. Anyway, you may investigate the scene of the crime yourselves if you're curious. Who knows, maybe you'll be able to come up with some new evidence.
Apalagi ini?
Whoever the murderer was, they must... Why would it be him? How strange.
Ada 9 kasus.
So this is the... The rope looks pretty durable. How can it be burned through so quickly by fireworks? Why are you suddenly so serious, traveler? Whoa. Most of it was burned away, but there's still a... Wait.
The investigation team has some new findings. Turns out there's an issue with the random number selector after all.
See, I told you. What if the machine picked some big guy's seat? You think the murderer would have still made his move then?
Sorry to interrupt, but we're helping Linny and Lynette with their side of the investigation. What were you saying about the number selector? There's something wrong with it?
You're trying to help them? That'll be a tall order.
Linny used the machine to pick a random member of the audience during his performance, right? The lucky girl that later disappeared. Well, we thought there might be a serious problem with the machine, so we had it taken away for further inspection.
It turns out that the seat number it picked wasn't random at all. The machine picks that same number every time. I'm sure you already know that you have to make a reservation in advance to get a seat, regardless of whether it's a trial or some performance. In other words, Linny knew who would be sitting where from the very beginning.
That much checks out. Linny reserved our seats for us, too.
Bet you see why I was saying it'd be tough to make a case for Linny.
Even though it's bad for Linny's case, Paimon had better write it down.
Oh, this location has also been cordoned off because the Magic Troop members are currently considered prime suspects. The investigation team is still collecting evidence. The seats were all booked in advance, so we were able to deduce the missing woman's identity by checking the guest list. Sure, it's not like this is confidential information. We will publish it later anyway when we petition the public to help us find the missing person. Her name is Halsey. She's a painter from Fontaine who's made a bit of a name for herself. Apparently, she wasn't a regular at the Opera House, but she'd been feeling some pressure with her work lately, which made her decide to come see the magic show. The Magic Troop members all claim not to know her, and we have looked into her social connections. It seems that she has no personal grievances or conflicts of interest with the suspects. Simply put, she wasn't related to the Magic Troop at all, which matches the features of the previous serial disappearances.
Were the victims of previous cases also chosen at random?
That's how it seems to us, in any case. Apart from the fact that they were all young women of around the same age range, there really weren't any other connections between them.
Okay then.
No need to be so formal. If you do happen to see the missing girl, please be sure to contact us. It is of utmost importance that we get to the bottom of these disappearances.
Cari petunjuknya di mana lagi nih?
I see that you're investigating the area. Well, it just so happens that I'm interested too. If you find any new and interesting leads, be sure to share them with me, all right?
We don't have too many thoughts yet.
Then why don't I tell you my hypothesis first? The way I see it. And I'll start it with that loud thud.
The thud? Oh, you mean the sound that happened during the countdown?
Yes, exactly. It wasn't terribly loud, but I suspect that most people heard it. It's just that everyone was awaiting the results of Linny's trick with bated breath, so no one paid it much mind. But now that the incident has happened, the thud has become an important clue.
That makes sense. So, what do you make of it?
I'm of the opinion that it may have been the sound of Linny's accomplice. Lynette, perhaps. Jumping atop the water tank, or something like that. And when the pyrotechnics went off, she cut the rope, sending the water tank crashing down.
But wasn't the noise we heard too loud for that?
Perhaps the balance wasn't right, leading to a particularly rough landing. Oh, that's true. I suppose I must reconsider.
That does remind Paimon, though. What was with that sound?
Lenny's still talking to the guard. I think someone... Lenny's still talking to the guard. I think someone...
Satunya di mana nih, guys?
Lenny's magic... Lenny's magic tricks were the... stuff of legends.
Go ahead, have a look around.
If you do encounter Miss Halsey,
Lenny's still talking to the guard. I think someone... Lenny's still talking to the guard. I think someone... Lenny's still talking to the guard. I think someone... Lenny's still talking to the guard. I think someone... Lenny's still talking to the guard. I think someone will be...
Aduh, satunya di mana sini? Oh, ada di luar kah? Enggak deh.
Why would it be here?
Astaga.
Hey, you! Yes, both of you! Over here! I've been keeping an eye on you for a while now.
Huh? You mean us?
That's right. If I'm not mistaken, you're also among those who wish to cut down the thorns and pursue the truth. No? And by the looks of it, you're not from Fontaine.
Well, you're right on the more about that one, but who are you?
Have you never heard of the Spina di Rosula? From mediating disputes and providing protection to solving conundrums, you name it, Spina di Rosula does it. And I, Navia, have the honor of being its renowned president. Though those who play by our rules call me boss.
I'm Silver, her attendant. Pleased to meet you.
And I'm Melus. Demoiselle's various daily needs and affairs are under my purview.
Huh? Boss? Demoiselle? What gives with the names?
Well, I am the second generation president. Melus and the others are still used to my previous title.
My apologies, Demoiselle. Should you prefer, boss, I will endeavor to use that instead.
No, no need. You don't have to call me boss. Just Navia is fine.
Okay, if you say so. Not that we're members of Spina di Rosula anyway.
All merely trifling details. Never mind. Now, back to the situation at hand. That's right. I've always kept an eye on the serial disappearance cases. My interest stems from a matter back from my father's time. Judging from the look of things, I find Linny an unlikely mastermind.
Really? We think so too! That's why we're looking for clues now. But how did you come to that conclusion?
Intuition, naturally. My unparalleled intuition. Farina sure was quick to point the finger at Linny without any decisive evidence whatsoever, wasn't she? But that's not uncommon for her. If you remember, the Justice had to interrupt her and ask if she was pressing charges just to keep her from getting carried away. Anyway, a trial begins the moment someone levels charges. And, of course, there was no way Farina was going to back down in that situation.
Sounds more like you just don't trust the Hydro-Archon.
Well, what's your opinion? I must admit that she can be interesting at times, but liking her doesn't mean that I'll blindly agree with her. All right, I've answered your question. Now, it's time you answer mine.
Wait a minute, did that answer count?
Well, I say it does. But don't worry, you won't hear any pointless questions from me. In your opinion, do you think it's right to treat a trial like it's an opera?
Well?
And why would that be? See, Silver and Maloose? I told you they'd be different.
Most astute of you, demoiselle. I too think that the traveler's response was most excellent. No matter how wonderful the script or how fervent the audience's expectations may be, the trials that go on stage here must be based in fact. And if that can be done, boss, then...
All right, that's quite enough, Maloose. Anyway, I like your answer. You passed with flying colors. Now, I need to make some preparations, following which our joint investigation shall commence. You two shall be my assistants.
Wait! Since when did we become assistants?
Oh, well, I can be the assistant, sure. Or your companion, if you like. I'm really not that fussy.
Far be it from me to brag, but I believe that Demoiselle's intuition will be instrumental in uncovering the truth. You wish to save a friend from false accusations, and we wish to unravel the disappearances. In this sense, our goals are aligned.
You have a point. Huh. You're quite the talker, aren't you, mister? And what about you over there? What do you think? You seem like you've got something on your mind.
I have nothing to add.
Oh, alrighty then.
We'll be making some preparations first. Just be sure to let us know if they start revealing Linny's tricks. Thanks!
Sorry, but no one can freely enter or exit the Opera House at the moment. If you wish to leave, you must register your identity with us first.
No, we're not leaving. We're representing Linny and Lynette as attorneys, so we're investigating the case. Were you always guarding this entrance?
Yes, after the Chief Justice gave the order, everyone coming in or out must undergo a strict inspection. So, the missing girl couldn't have left from here, at least, not from that point on. I doubt there was much opportunity then, either.
How can you be so sure,
Well, because I was in charge of security near the entrance at that time. I couldn't see Linny's performance from here, which was quite a shame. Just my luck. But still, I did not abandon my post, and I stayed put no matter how loud the applause was. If someone had so much as even approached the door, I would have noticed it, let alone if they had tried to leave. We Melazines are good at that sort of thing, you know.
So, it's safe to say the girl couldn't have left through here. Alright, thank you for your help. This will be useful info. We've checked everything of note here at the performance venue. Paimon wonders how Linny's discussion with the guards is going. Let's go see, shall we? Ooh, things are getting interesting, huh? We're about to see how magic is made.
Mana?
Understood. Then I will be going.
Very good.
You may spare the plot.
You've arrived. Who's this?
Me? I'm Spina di Rosula's guardian angel. If you've got a problem, I've got the firepower. Sorry, I got a little carried away there. Call me Navia. I'm a partner of theirs, and will be helping investigate this whole situation. And these are my companions. Would you mind if they join as well?
Fine by me.
Oh, new helpers? I would be most grateful.
Well, let's just say we're tagging along. It's not every day you get to see the secrets behind magic performed on such a large scale.
I appreciate your kind interest. Come with me. We'll be heading below stage.
Huh? Below stage?
Yes, a world of secrets is hidden beneath this magic box, prepared specifically for this switcheroo trick. But before I reveal everything, you should have a look first. Notice anything strange here? I'm not trying to be dramatic. Remembering the details of a trick will help you understand the methods used to perform it more easily.
Huh. Weren't there balloons and other decorations here? Where did all that go?
Ah, good eye. That said, you're still far from discovering the answer.
The back? You mean the inside of the door?
Very good indeed. I thought you might not be able to catch that, given that you were sitting in the first row. The back of this door was patterned. Those patterns are now gone, replaced by a smooth wooden board. So, if you put 2 and 2 together, what do you get? Exactly. All right, let's...
Oh, so there was a passageway under the magic box!
I knew you'd figure out most of it as soon as you saw this place. The 2 magic boxes are positioned right above the 2 entrances of the tunnel. See this flat? The box with the lucky audience member in it would be shuttled over to the other side using the trolley.
This trolley can raise and lower and even rotate, ensuring that the box will face in the right direction.
I see. So that's the purpose of the box inside another box.
Precisely. The inner box would descend after the audience member was put inside and be moved along the trolley, all while the outer box would...
So that's how you did it!
Once the box was lowered, the trolley would store some energy through this device here, with which it would complete the rest of the steps. The audience member would only be able to feel some slight movements in the dark, and by the time she walked out, she would already be back.
Right! You were talking that whole time, and you even came out for a moment near the end!
Ah, yes. A phonograph operated by Lynette was used to achieve that effect. My assistant and I had already scripted our conversation beforehand. When the countdown began, I had already gone to the opposite box via a tunnel using that ladder.
And what about Lynette? Where was she?
I was in the mezzanine space in the back of the box.
Oh, interesting!
That's how we were able to coordinate Linny's lines with the assistant. And, by the way, I was the one who walked out of the box at the end.
I mean, we are twins. All it takes is a change of clothes and no one can tell who's who. And that's my favorite part of this trick. Only Lynette and I can perform it.
So that's how it all worked! Wow!
Lynette would briefly walk out of the box and then go back in, jumping into the tunnel and escaping before the box on the trolley could finish ascending. And then I walk out of the other box in the audience area, and the trick would be complete. The operative word here being would. But as you saw, Cal was in the box, not our audience member. She, on the other hand, mysteriously vanished.
We really don't know how that happened.
If not for that interlude, this would have been an astonishing trick. I probably never would have figured out how you pulled it off. And yet, to think that someone was able to use this magic trick to commit a crime. Could we have a look around? I think we can come up with some more leads.
This is the scene of the crime, so Linny and Lynette are not permitted to stay here. I'll escort them back up.
Yes, of course. No need to be so strict now. I won't disappear into thin air, you know.
Thanks, everyone. We're counting on you.
Huh. What's this? Looks like a hook tied to the end of a rope. Huh? There's all kinds of odds and ends here.
Perhaps it was a prop for a different trick. But why would it have been left here?
Whatever it is, let's make a note of it first.
The floor is wet. Please be careful not to slip.
Speaking of which, why would there be water here?
Oh, Paimon knows! It's one of those tricks where you pour water into a jug and then flip the jug over only for the water to disappear? And here's a broken vase. Huh. Did the trolley knock it down while moving?
That can't be. The trolley moves along tracks from start to finish. It couldn't have hit the vase at this distance.
Let's note this down too.
Oh, these are the clothes that the lady chosen from the audience was wearing, right? Her clothes are here, but she's nowhere to be found.
Right. And do you really need to do that if you're kidnapping them? Ugh, this is so confusing. Paimon doesn't want to be a detective anymore. Why would it be the well, and digging a tunnel just for a match? Whoever the this is Paimon doesn't get this at all. What is this place?
It seems someone could fit through here.
Huh. Could this have been the suspect's escape route?
Alone, perhaps. But if they had to pull another person with them, the space would be too narrow.
But there are no other ways in or out of here. Oh, you're right! Let Paimon write that down. Seems we're just about done investigating.
Yes. Let's head back up. Well, we've ascertained the state of the crime scene. Let's find a place to sort out our findings once Malus returns. Seems to me that there are several things that don't add up here.
Apologies for the wait, demoiselle.
So, what did the guards say? Did the criminal escape through the vent?
They believe the odds of that are very low, since the vent leads to the Opera House's basement. The guards have checked the area carefully. No one left through the basement during the performance or after the incident, and no one was found hiding there.
So the tunnels become like a secret chamber then. You know, like the kind you usually see in novels.
The plot thickens. Halsey's disappearance and Cowell's death are both quite inexplicable. No wonder Farina was so confident in her accusation. All the current evidence points toward Linny and Lynette.
In other words, the charges are very likely to be upheld unless we make some considerable progress.
Charges and then trial. So if the charges are upheld, they'll announce a sentence?
That's right. This is how a trial goes in the Opera House. During the proceedings, the Chief Justice and the oratrice will hear statements from both sides. That's right. This is how indemnitium is produced. The statements from both sides, the defenses from attorneys, witness testimonies, and even the audience's emotions will all be projected on the oratrice. To put it simply, it's as if the oratrice has its own will, and is a judge in its own right.
This also precludes any kind of favoritism on the part of the Chief Justice. Not that this has ever happened anyway.
Once both sides have finished speaking, the Chief Justice will make his final decision. This, too, will be used by the oratrice as a reference. Then...
Huh?
In practice, yeah.
Huh? Why?
Because we've chosen to act as the twins' proxies.
They're concerned that we might be colluding with outside parties, or that we might find outside help to disrupt the case. And even if that were not so, it could prove problematic if we happen to spread key information about the case ahead of time.
I'm ready to break out at any time.
Whoa! There's no need for that! Paimon thinks they have a point. That said, are they providing food?
Of course. I just hope you don't mind the lack of options. I'm afraid that catering to all tastes is not in the cards, nor is any guarantee of balanced nutrition.
In that case, let's just sort out our findings together here. Pity. I was hoping to take you to try some of Fontaine's famous desserts, too. I mean, what better way to properly think through our findings than over some tea and sweets?
Huh. Breaking out suddenly doesn't seem like such a bad idea after all. Just kidding! Paimon will still do her best, even if there are no snacks.
What do you mean, no snacks? Of course we'll have snacks. If we cannot buy some, then we'll simply make some.
Huh? Here? But how?
Understood, demoiselle. Everyone, please come with me.
Wait, you're carrying a portable stove with you?
Yes, I must be prepared to meet the demoiselle's baking needs whenever the fancy strikes her.
I have eggs, sugar, and almonds at the ready.
Good work, you two. Then I'll get to it. Please sit tight for a moment. You'll get to taste my awesome snacks soon enough.
These three are quite the interesting group. And Paimon thought it smelled good while it was still in the oven! Oh, it's even better now. Paimon can't stop drooling. From the way you had these two guys carrying all that stuff around, Paimon thought you'd have them do more during the baking process. But you ended up doing the entire thing by yourself, beating the whites, grinding almonds, everything.
I was applauding.
And I was giving encouraging smiles.
Paimon was just thinking, aren't you worried about getting your fancy dress dirty beating egg whites and baking like this?
Well, I don't think it's carved in stone anywhere that fancy ladies can only read books, sip tea, ride horses, and play the piano. I just really enjoy making snacks. Don't underestimate beating egg whites, by the way. It's a real arm workout. You also need to beat them to just the right consistency, or your macarons will crack. Anyway, give these a try, fresh out of the oven. There's 3 for each of us.
Only 3?
Well, eating too many sweet treats might send all that sugar to your head. You wouldn't be able to think clearly about the case on a sugar rush, would you?
Tea is ready to be served as well. This is Demoiselle's favorite. Strong black tea with a floral fragrance that clears the mind and lifts. No need for concern. I'm merely doing as I should.
All right then. Down to business. As Paimon mentioned previously, the tunnel seems to be something of a secret chamber. However, we can assume that Linny and Lynette were not alone within it. Some criminal also occupied its sealed confines. The magician twins could have committed the crimes, of course, but they lack any logical motive.
Exactly! Why would they do such a thing right when everyone was watching?
The flower vase and the thud we heard during the performance could indicate some altercation between Halsey and the criminal in the tunnel, resulting in the shattering of the vase, the discarding of her clothes, and her abduction. Perhaps the criminal thought that since she was chosen from the crowd, she would be too easy to identify if she was still wearing the same clothes.
Paimon thinks that makes sense, but the real trouble is...
True. None of the clues we found thus far support the existence of this third person. But the only people left to consider are both technically victims, whether it's the missing girl, Halsey, or poor Cowell.
Huh. Could Halsey have secretly made modifications to the magic props in order to murder Cowell before making her escape?
That's right. And even if she had tampered with the setup, she would need to understand the entire trick to pull it off. Nor does she have any motive. The guards said that she has never had any dealings with the magic troop's members.
Were we not thorough enough in our search? From the sound of things, this is turning into an impossible case. Your macarons are amazing, though, Navia. They smell great! They're nice and crisp and super sweet!
They are my specialty, after all. And I see you've already had 5 of them.
What? 5? Oh, that can't be right. Paimon only counted 3, honest!
Please don't worry about it. At my age, a few less sweets might actually be a good thing.
No. Being greedy is one thing, but Paimon knows how to count. Besides, Paimon knows that if she ate too many, then others wouldn't have enough. Wait, even you don't believe Paimon? How could you? If Paimon ate those 2 extra macarons, then may they turn into stone in her stomach!
All right, we get it. Well, I suppose one of us might have gotten too engrossed in our chat and eaten them by mistake. No big deal. Balloose, set up the stove again, if you would.
Huh? What are you doing?
Making sure everyone gets 3 macarons, of course.
Exactly. We don't want to trouble you.
As you wish, demoiselle.
And I have the egg, sugar, and almonds.
Well, this really is your hobby, huh?
Well, that's it for snack time. I'm going to have another look around the area.
I don't know what we're looking for yet, but we've still got some time. As attorneys, I suggest the two of you think the case over again.
It would be awkward if you got all tongue-tied on stage during the trial.
All right, thanks for your help and for the snacks.
It was nothing. A small task for the Spina di Rosula. Silver, Maloose, it's time to go. I'll be back if I find anything new.
All right, it's time to put our heads together. We've got to get our defense ready for the trial. Oh, it's probably gonna be a long and difficult case. There's no point in worrying about that now. We just need to prepare. Here, take Paimon's notes. They should help you review the situation.
Roll. All right, maybe I'll take one more day off and knock out the rest of the work ones. Going up to.
Do? The whole situation is so confusing. Good plan. Impossible things don't just happen. We'll get to the truth one way or another.
Just relax. Even if everyone else suspects Lenny and Lynette, at least we will be supporting them from the stands. Besides, I doubt Farina understands any more about what happened than we do.
Thanks, Navia. Well, we'll be going then.
Best of luck to you.
Ah, finally, you're back. Well, how did your investigation go?
To be honest, you might be disappointed.
No. We're already very grateful that you were willing to help.
Well now, don't you all look disappointed. Don't tell me that your investigation came up empty-handed. That was to be expected, of course. The guilty can never produce proof of their innocence. But don't let that stop you. I shall be terribly disappointed should you, my most anticipated—
Since both parties are present, I declare that the trial regarding the magic show incident is now in session. Firstly, in order for the audience to understand the causes and results of the incident, could we please have Mr. Linney explain the trick?
Yes, of course. I will explain while Lynette demonstrates on stage. All the necessary items have been prepared.
Thank you, Mr. Linney. In that case, I take your statement to be that you ran to and remained hidden within the magic box in the audience stands once the trick began, and thus could not have committed the crime. Is this correct?
Yes, that's correct, Your Honor.
In that case, I call upon the prosecution. Lady Farina, do you wish to refute his statement in any way?
Why, of course I do. Allow me to take the first shot and break this case wide open. Mr. Linney is clearly lying. There is no way you could have been in the box the whole time if you were to abduct Halsey and murder Cowell. In fact, I'd say you were hardly in that tunnel at all.
That is simply your hypothesis based on the presumption that I'm guilty.
Oh, is that so? And if I may ask, what did you hear while you were inside your box?
The roaring countdown of the crowd, of course. That's how I kept track of the time and built anticipation for the finale.
And you didn't hear anything else at all? Nothing that might leave an impression of any kind?
No, nothing.
I see. But when the count reached 30 seconds or so, there was a thud. One so loud that I believe practically everyone heard it.
Huh?
Hey, hang on. Something's not right here.
Yeah, I'm sure he could have heard a noise that loud from inside the box.
I was right by the box and I definitely heard the thud.
Look at those scales. Could those mean...
Well then, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to use the words of the magician himself. You never know what can happen in the blink of an eye. Indeed, it seems his alibi can also collapse in the blink of an eye. Of course, I have armed myself to do far more than smash your alibi. Confidence cannot go unfounded, and my foundations are rock solid. Tell me, aren't you and Lynette actually from the House of the Hearth?
The House of the Hearth?
No wonder they did something like this.
So the serial disappearances were the Fitui's doing. Now it all makes sense.
I've got a feeling that what happened on stage probably wasn't just an accident.
That's irrelevant. Our identities have nothing to do with what happened.
Indeed. Then perhaps you could tell us everything that happened during that 1 minute. Your first priority is to prove yourself innocent after all. I'm sure there is little that needs to be kept secret now. Unless your script already has holes in it. The Outlander is speechless. My, oh my, don't they look flabbergasted? Now comes the infighting and discord, I suppose. This was almost too easy. Good thing I made all those preparations. Seems the all-nighter I pulled last night is really paying off.
Hey, Linny! Why didn't you tell us this before?
Order! Order! Mr. Linney, allow me to re-establish the facts. Lady Farina has raised 2 points. First, when the thud was heard in the Opera House, you were neither in the box nor the tunnel. Second, you and Ms. Lynette are both members of the House of the Hearth. Are these claims true? Please answer my question, Mr. Linney.
I'm sorry. Yes, they're true, Your Honor.
I knew it!
Well, that's it. We might as well move on to the sentencing already.
What should we do now?
Granted. In that case, what is your request?
Is that really necessary? They're already as good as guilty.
The defendant deceived their own attorneys. What is there left to discuss?
Order! Order, I say! Your request is reasonable, and we shall adjourn. This trial will reconvene in 1 hour.
So you would stick to Mr. Linney's defense even after knowing what you do now? You certainly have more professionalism than I thought. In that case, my dear audience, let's allow the joy of victory to steep for a little while longer.
Well, this is awkward. I didn't think the Hydro-Archon would dig all that up. I'm sorry, Traveler and Paimon.
Yeah, sorry.
Paimon doesn't know where to start. We trusted you two. We based our entire reasoning on the assumption that you weren't bad guys. Not to set the wrong tone or anything, but Paimon's really mad!
I'm very sorry. I know you're angry, and reasonably so, but please, let me explain. I know you've clashed with the Fatui several times before. I wouldn't be surprised if just hearing the word is enough to make you upset. But our organization is very, very large, and the Harbingers have very different personalities and goals.
Right now, we want to save people. As many as we can.
That's right. I'm sure we're on the same page when it comes to this nation and the disaster that its people might face. I knew if it weren't for our respective identities, we could become good friends. That's why I didn't wish to flat out lie to you, but chose to hide some details instead. The truth is very important, but being completely transparent about everything would see us spending more effort than we need to. Right. So, you be the judge. Heck, if I were you, I fear that I'd even struggle to trust me at this point. You met a Fatus who works as a magician, a trickster by trade. All by coincidence, too. But still, I'm asking you to trust me. I am no criminal. At least, not in this case.
Sorry. Please forgive us.
Well, you both say that, but... Right. Let's hear your answer first, and no lies now!
Of course. I'll answer any question you ask. We've been trying to find out how the Oratrice operates. We want to know why it has a consciousness. Why can it deliver sentences accurately? During our investigations, we learned that the machine's core is beneath it. From that moment on, Lynette and I have been designing this box swap trick, with the objective of getting close to the core.
Is that why you needed a whole minute?
That's right. In truth, the audience would take about 75 seconds to count down from 60, while I would only need 15 to get to the opposite box. So, after jumping into the tunnel, I accessed the Opera House basement via the vent, and went to investigate the room in which the core is stored.
That air vent was created during the construction of the tunnel specifically to execute this step.
Well, nothing. As soon as I reached that room and was about to investigate, I heard someone's voice. which should have been impossible, of course. I was quite certain that I was the only one in the room. That voice seemed to recognize me and tried to speak to me. I chose to err on the side of caution and retreated the way I came. On the way back, I saw the broken vase and the clothes on the ground, but the countdown was almost finished, so there wasn't time to give it any thought. After that, the homicide occurred just as you saw.
Well, that explains why you didn't hear the thud.
Because of that
That's the only way we...
So, there you have it. The whole truth. I swear, I didn't hide anything from you this time. It was never my wish to proceed under this cloud of mistrust, but like I said...
Well, Traveler, you decide. Paimon will follow your lead however you choose.
Okay.
Thanks for giving us a chance.
The current problem is that the scales are tipped pretty badly against you two. If we want to refute the Hydro Archon's accusations, we're gonna need a seriously watertight defense. Huh?
Both parties have returned. When last we left off, Mr. Linney acknowledged the new evidence presented by Lady Farina as fact. Therefore, Lady Farina...
That at this stage. Let's revisit that scene from Linney's perspective.
Waduh.
As the countdown began, he entered the tunnel. When the flatbed trolley passed, he opened the box and got into an altercation with Halsey, which caused the loud thud. He did not realize that this sound could be heard by everyone in the opera. Finally, he used the vase to knock her out, before making her change clothes to prevent others from recognizing her. At this time, Cowell arrived in the tunnel, having heard that strange noise, and caught. So Linney proceeded to knock him out too. Afterward, Linney passed the unconscious Halsey to his accomplice through the magic box in the audience stands, before operating the devices such that Cowell's death would be ruled an accident. And there you have it. That's...
Does the defendant's side have any
The key to refuting Lady Farina is... Seem... Seems this... Hmm. 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 Linny went to the room that contains the Oratrice's core. This is the actual truth. Hmm. 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 Linny did not. Hmm. Hmm. According to Linny, he left via the vent after entering the tunnel. He couldn't have had that altercation with Halsey.
Ahem! Attention! Ace Detective Paimon has something to say! When the countdown started, Linny did indeed go into, but he immediately used a vent to access the Opera House basement, once he reached that area, he heard a voice in what should have been an empty room. The crime scene had already developed by the time he reached the tunnel again, and in order to finally, he reached the surface, and that was when the accident happened from his Paimon did it!
In other words, you believe that he knew nothing of the incident?
That's right!
My reasoning?
If that's the case, then if Cowell hadn't entered the tunnel, who was the entire setup meant to kill? Assuming that what you say is true, Linny only needed to kidnap the young girl to cause...
Oh.
That's right, you tell him! And that... Oh, well, your denial... Of course I do. If he had been in the magic box the whole time... You're saying that he wasn't?
Are you sure we don't need to give this more thought? Are you sure we don't need to give this more thought? That's right! This means the same clue.
Well, to think you'd use such logic. Well then, if it wasn't Linny who committed the crimes, then who was it?
Could there have been a third person involved? Halsey is the missing person and an ordinary audience member. The deceased's name is Cow.
must do next is recreate the truth. What Cowell did, and how he went from would-be perpetrator to victim. It would have been tough for both people to fit into that vent. The sound we heard may have come from a clash, but Lenny was not in the Halsey's clothing with... No one entered or left. The deceased's name is It would have been tough for both... Halsey's clothing was in... Lenny was not in the tunnel. Lenny was not in the tunnel. No one entered or left.
What's wrong, Traveler? Are you still having trouble?
I see how it is.
Look, since we're at a dead end, why not consider a different track? Just like the trick as it transpired, the end result must have been utterly...
If only we knew how Halsey disappeared.
Well, that would be nice, but the tunnel only has 3 exits. And it's not like this is a magic trick where you can just make a...
Excuse my interruption, dear.
If the defense is unable to make further effective arguments, we will move on to the next stage of the trial.
Lenny was not in the tunnel at that moment, which gave our criminal ample time. The sound we heard may have come from a clash between the missing Halsey and the criminal. The deceased's name is Cowell, Lenny's assistant. He would have been able to tamper with... The vase was not broken by chance.
Paimon gets it! Lynette escaped. If there's a...
How could a person ever be Must we? Magic tricks are...
Even so, I trust that the truth must be out there somewhere. Perhaps some new line of reasoning may open if... Since Cal was the deceased, we haven't placed much attention on him. But given that we aren't making much progress with the case, it wouldn't hurt to have a look at his belongings.
People really do come up with all sorts of harebrained schemes when at the...
Nevertheless, I believe that this is a reasonable request on the part of an attorney. Since the trial does indeed appear to be at an... Guards, please step into the lounge and examine the personal effects of the deceased.
We are still examining the items, but we have already made critical progress. We discovered several test tubes of fluid within Cowell's baggage, each labeled separately. The notebook in his backpack claims that these fluids are... water from the primordial sea.
The primordial sea?
The note's contents also indicate that Cowell belonged to an organization that sells illegal drugs and that he had... The notebook has many entries concerning safe usage of these fluids, in which the keyword dissolve appears many times. One of these tubes was labeled Opera Epiclese, along with yesterday's date. The notes also state that these dissolution properties work exclusively on people from Fontaine. It's likely that Halsey was chosen. As such, we believe that the defense's hypothesis is, in fact,
You've got to be kidding! People dissolving... Could something so ridiculous actually be true?
Wait a moment. This reminds me of a certain prophecy, but it's just a coincidence, isn't it?
Huh. If people can become water, does that mean that the water tank's real use was as a means to hide water stains? And wait just a minute. Could that mean...
Demoiselle, wait! What about your partner?
Let's go. Just trust me.
Order! Order! It is undeniable that further examination of the deceased's personal effects has yielded... Still, Let us assume that these clues are indeed authentic, albeit with the guards. Please continue examining the items of Mr. Linney. It appears your hypothesis is supported by the evidence.
Of course. Thank you. If we uphold this hypothesis, I believe that many of this case's seemingly unrelated clues—
Right! Like the metal hook! That one didn't make sense at all. Let's think about this. Cowell's methods must have something to do with that water from the primordial sea.
The water from the primordial sea should already have been prepped before Halsey entered the magic box. Lynette was in the magic box on stage the entire time. I remember there was some... Now it seems like the hook rope was not meant for another magic... The rope that strung the water tank up was lit... The deceased's name is Lynette was in the magic box on... The deceased's name is The water from the primordial... Lynette was in the magic box. I remember there was some... The rope that strung the... The water from the primordial... Lynette was in the magic box. Now it seems like the hook rope...
It's in the original plan. Cowell would tamper with the water tank rope, and the number selector securing his target. When the magic box containing Halsey was lowered, the metal hook would retract gradually and pierce the balloon at the top of the box. When the balloon attached to the box popped, the water from the primordial seed inside it would pour down and dissolve Halsey. Afterward, Cowell would enter the tunnel and break the flower vase to conceal the water inside the tunnel. But he encountered something unexpected in the tunnel and wound up being fatally hit by the same water tank he meant to use to cover his tracks.
Huh. That does make sense.
That actually links together.
Oh dear, what do I do?
Now, it seems like the only point of contention his notes mentioned he had an accomplice who could be related to the situation.
On that note, the guards have just contacted me indicating that I shall now invite him on stage to share it with us.
Thank you, Your Honor. And we found...
What?
That can't be. Oh, I see. Well, how wonderfully does this not clear all, my dear citizen? Linny did not need, having made modification that upon his ultimately, he not now as much. Am I right?
We've used up all the evidence. Is this the end?
Oh no! Seems using the water...
I think we've all seen enough. I believe this is indeed... Now then, my good...
Excuse me...
Miss, I must ask you not to shout.
Oh, come on. Don't be hasty. I have a good reason for interrupting, you know. Now, would anyone here like to take a little break from all this debate and see a little magic? I'll show you an amazing trick. One that can bring a young woman who has disappeared back in the flesh, right before your very eyes.
What in the world is she—
No offense, miss, but miracles like that are beyond my scope as a magician.
Come on now, don't be silly. Magic is all about misdirection, isn't it? It often conceals the truth, but once everyone believes the illusion, can't magic reveal the truth to them once again? And wouldn't such a trick be the most marvelous finale to today's Come on, Linny and Lynette. Give it another go. Don't worry. But, as the magic makers and stars of the show,
I understand.
And voila.
Sorry for the interruption.
Wait, isn't that Halsey? So, the whole thing about people...
To be clear, I'm only here because this person told me that if I testified, the merit of doing so would lessen my sentence. I was hiding outside this room listening to the proceedings because I was afraid that I would be the one put on trial. I was just feeling happy that no one had noticed me, and then before...
That'll teach you to underestimate...
Where should I begin? I'm sorry.
What?
Firstly, my name isn't Halsey. It's Lillian, and I'm originally from Mondstadt. I heard that Linny's show was gonna be a real thriller, but I missed the chance to... That's how I make a living. I steal stuff here and there. And I'd never been caught, but I was noticed at the harbor a few days ago, and I barely got away.
Hey, no wonder you look familiar. So Liddy even mentioned that you were pretty...
Well, and I thought that would have been the end of it, but then the number selector... He even mentioned the Fortress of Meripede. That's a prison, isn't it? So you can imagine how shocked I was. I thought he was onto me for sure. So I played along with the show while looking for an opening to flee. But then I got water poured on me for no reason, and then someone jumped into the tunnel to nab me. I wasn't going to take that lying down, so I knocked him out and stuffed him into the box. There was nowhere to run from there, though, so I had to change my clothes and hide in a box containing I slipped out after the first guard arrived at the scene and continued hiding inside the opera house.
Can a person even hide in there?
But I swear, I didn't know that the water tank would fall down. Really, I swear it. Had I known that, I wouldn't have put him in the magic box. I may be a thief, but I'm no killer.
Well, that makes everything pretty clear now, doesn't it?
This time, we need to tell the entire story. The flower vase was not broken to cover anything up, but was smashed during the struggle between Lillian and... Lillian was afraid that she would be recognized if she left, so she... The strange sound...
And it's Ace Detective Paimon time! Having been selected, Panic only hearing the commotion, he did not know that Lily mistakenly believed the two broke with no way of escaping.
Quest yang sangat panjang.
She knew that she would...
She had already become desperately hungry by the time we were chatting over macaron.
At this point, all the events that happened in...
Bravo!
Now then, Lady Farina, do you wish to speak again? Please answer.
What? Are you reading my mind now? No, I have no further arguments. I admit defeat. But really, could you at least have left me with some dignity?
Wow! Look at that! She's like a deflated balloon now!
If there are no objections, then as the Chief Justice of Fontaine, I shall once again repeat the The actual perpetrator of the serial disappearances, Cowell, selected his next victim from the audience reservation list. With some modifications to the selector, he could ensure that the pre-selected young woman would be chosen. To cover up any evidence while committing the deed, Cowell thought of allowing the water tank to fall, which would conceal the water. He also tampered with the rope suspending the water tank, using the fireworks at the end of the performance to cause the tank to drop and hide the watermark. He poured the water from the primordial sea into a balloon during the preparation of the magic box. Finally, he passed the prepared hook on a rope through the gap in the magic box's door when bringing the young woman to said box. When the magic trick officially began, the box containing the woman was lowered into the tunnel, tightening the hook rope and bursting the... If all had gone to plan, the young woman would be dissolved at this time. However, Lillian was not from Fontaine, and thus fled the box with a loud noise. Realizing that there was trouble, Cowell entered the tunnel and met Lillian, thinking that the waters had not yet taken effect. However, his opponent was more capable than he thought, and he was overcome, knocked on Lillian according to her own statements. As for Linny, he would... From this reconstruction of events, we can conclude that... While there is much in Linny and Lillian, this case at least can be... As such, Linny and Lynette are a
Great work, partner.
Thank you all. Thank you so much.
Next, I think we deserve an explanation, Guard Vault. How did you find the water from the primordial sea in Linny's baggage?
Right! Your discovery caused me to make a serious mistake.
I suspect that the accomplice mentioned in Cowell's notes was not Linny, but you, yes? I'm sure you know what you must do to lessen your sentence.
Speak quickly! Unless you want to earn yourself a one...
I was just following orders. We were supposed to place blame for the serial disappearances onto Linny, and thus cause suspicion to fall on the Fatui. The higher-ups said this was the best opportunity to do...
And now that your plan has fallen through, and the secrets of the water have been revealed, you have Therefore, you would be wise to tell everything you know, and...
Yes, I'll tell you everything I know. Our boss discovered that the water can cause people to dissolve. It can also be made into a potion, which when extremely diluted, can cause people to experience unforgettable We've been in this business for a while now, and have made decent more off it. The disappearances were...
And now he can no longer...
Such ruthlessness.
An outrageous. All present, please submit to inspection immediately.
So, we're just going back now? That's...
Traveler, Paimon! Please wait.
Linny...
I know you may not want to speak to me right now. Maybe you don't even want... But still. Let me... I guess. I didn't approach you with any As for why that was how Father, who you might know as the Knave, approached recruiting us back then.
The Knave? The one who controls the House of the Hearth?
That's right. And since we're here, I was wondering, back when our parents first died, Lynette and I were left wandering to survive. I took to surreptitiously observing and I took my sister through several streets until we, to my surprise, before long...
So you went from...
That was how we felt, but I gradually discovered that while we were called, he would constantly...
That doesn't seem to...
After one I waited along the answer he gave me.
Oh no.
As far as outsiders are concerned, I managed to ferret out all I saw.
So...
That's right. Father, the House of the Hearth, I was hesitant, but she was also...
Oh, so that's...
She has gained
So...
That's right. Today's case has all of us house members to us orphans.
So, from small
It's all right. I just hope you can... If you should need anything at all...
Bye, Linny!
Take it easy.
was with the disappearing act you pulled right as the trial ended. Were you looking for... Well, this whole thing isn't exactly over, is it? Huh? What's wrong, my dear partner?
Besides, and
Ah, I see. Sorry.
don't say that.
Aw, and we were having so much fun investigating with you, too. It was like having new... wait.
Huh?
Well, anyway, it would just be a meal.
You don't have to twist.
Oh, wonderful.
All right then.
Akhirnya selesai, guys. Cuma dapat 30. Kayaknya kita mengandalkan aja deh. Ini 2 hari kelima. Oke, sekian dulu video kali ini. Kita akan lanjutkan videonya di hari esok nih, guys. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.